Oh, hi everyone again. Here we are back at the library page. I want to go down. We've talked about the one box search, which gives you really broad information. I mean, you're free to use that if you want to, but I really would like to use the database tab or icon down here. So I'm going to select database, and it's what you prefer. On the left are the most popular databases that we have. I normally select EBSCOhost because I can select the disciplines I want to search within. But if you prefer to ProQuest, you can go to ProQuest. If you want to do Web of Science, you can do here. If you know a database like JSTOR, well, it's actually listed here, but other databases, you can click on the alphabetized first letter and get those as well. So let's go first to EBSCOhost. And now I'm going to select my databases. So this one is one you get to keep when you graduate, so called the Alumni Office. This is an academic search. Premier is multidisciplinary. My area of focus is usually education. So I'm going to go down and go to education source because that's the education database, as well as ERIC, largest educational database that we have in the US. And then I want to do some psychological databases because, well, there are some psychological issues in the classroom. So depending on your topic, you can ask yourself what's the best database to choose. So I want psych articles and psych info. And then the last one I normally select is SocIndex because of the sociology part of my discipline. And I'm going to just go down, continue, and only search these areas. Now, if I want to add a box or take a box or database away, you can always go to choose databases and then add or subtract as you want. All right, but let's do our first term, which is, I'm going to do social media. Sorry, I'm the worst typist. And then I want to go down and do learning, or gosh, I really am bad today. And then I want to go to my third box because if you remember correctly, you have to keep your keywords out, separated out. And the last one I want to do is children. Then before I do any searching, I want to go down to select the peer reviewed and then go over to a start year if I have to have one. I'm going to do 2012. And I don't need a month, I don't need an end date, just the start year. I'm going to go up just to do a quick search, see what we have. And then I'll start to look because it's ranked by relevancy. So the first one, what I normally do is I'll look at the title of the article and then I'll jump down to the subject listing. This subject listing can be a godsend. It tells me right away that learning is a topic in this article. There is a research methodology, it's qualitative. It's talking about electric computers, technology, and I'm just looking for other terms I might be able to use as I switch up these terms. So I think maybe I want to look at this one. So I'm going to go here. I like to use the magnifying glass. It's faster. If you can go by the title, but that's 2 seconds out of my life I don't like. I could get really fast with the magnifying glass. And then we can go over and read what is available or what is it about. And it's talking about the 40 K through second grade children. And I think that's interesting. So I want to put that one in my folder. Now it's in folder temporarily. So for your own safety, I try to tell students to go to the sign in and EBSCO. This is your EBSCO account, your own personal account. So I can continue with Google. I've already been accepted I accepted their terms, so I can go directly back to my EBSCO after I do my email. And then you can see my EBSCO is up and running. Now, anything in my folder, if we get disconnected, the electricity goes off, everything in my folder stays in the folder. So it's kind of a safeguard. And then if I want to make a folder or make several folders, you can go back to the folder icon, go down to the left, and create a new folder. Doctoral students and master's people love to make folders. I do too, as you can see. So I'm just going to do child, social, whatever it is, social media. I can, after making my general folder, I can make subfolders within that. So I could show you how to do that at a different time. But let's see, I'm going to create my folder. And then I need to move this one into the folder. So I'm going to go here, go to move to, and then move it to the folder I just created. And boom, now it's there. So now I want to go back to my search. And now that I have my folder created, I can say I want to kind of change up my search just a bit. And I'm thinking maybe I want to look at their development and school. I don't know. I'm just researching at the very beginning. So social media and what did I say? I look down here. Development. And then I'm going to do another search. And now we have 3,000. And again, I can continue to work, but maybe I want it in the classroom or in education. So you can add a box by adding clicking on the plus, and then you can do education. Or if you see pop down here, there's some different terminology that seem to be related. I can use those if I want to. So this is telling the database that Shelley wants education or school or learning or teaching or any of these similar article or similar key terms. So that or is an expander on the same line. So, and then I can go back, if you remember the truncation, and I can take out at the root of a word, I can do a shift and the number 8 and get a little asterisk. And that tells the database to look for the variance of child. So I can get child or children. I can do a or teen and do a shift 8 and get teen, teenagers, any variance of that word. And now I'm going to search again. And now, well, we still have quite a few. So I will start looking down here at the subject listings. Again, maybe this is one I want to look at again. I'll go over the magnifying glass, pull down. I read it, I go, I think it has some kind of direction for me. And then I'll go to the folder to put it in. But now when you click on your folder, you will have options of where to put it directly. And I want this article to go directly into my social media right here. So now it's in my social media. Then I can say, oh, this subject listing could be a very great thing. So social media is a subject term, it's indexed. That means these are the essence of the article. So if I do social media and I know it's right here in the subject, I can go to select a field, make an SU subject term. That means every bit of the article is about a social media topic. And then I've narrowed it down to these. So let's see what happens. It can be very narrowing and it can be, well, narrowed it down pretty well. And then I can say, let's see, maybe I want to do teaching methods. Maybe that's some other direction I wanted to do. So I can take this out, do their subject term, teaching methods. I'm not going to make it a subject term. I want to see what happens if I don't. There's not that many. I'm sure if I change it to a subject term, it's probably going to give me not many at all. So hold on. It gave me a little bit less. So you can see it can be restrictive in some regards, but I'll use it, especially for social media, such a broad term. Okay, so then I say, okay, yeah, I'm doing pretty well here. I know how to do my truncation. I know how to do social media. I could probably think of a word like social network, and maybe I want to expand it that way and see what happens. And by the way, I know social networks is a subject term because I looked earlier. And then that did broaden it out a little bit. And then you can continue looking at items. Always check if there's not a PDF, go to your check for full text to see if it links over to a different database. And if this one does, it's in Sage, so that's great. If it does not link over to a different database, then you will want to do the interlibrary loan. And I'll show you that, how to order an article we don't have later on. So before my video runs out, you do have all of these little different limiters on the side. I don't always recommend doing methodology because you'll miss a lot of them. So, but if I want to see a qualitative, this is totally quantitative and nothing else. So I could miss the mixed studies, I could miss other things, but these are the 8 just on that method. So that's how that works. And if I have time, let's see, that's how I limit most of mine. I can also limit by, hold on, let me go back. I can limit by language, which I try to do to show you the interlibrary loan module. So let me see if I can find a different language we may not have. Nope, they're all in English, so I can't show you. But we can do that in the next video. All right, talk to you in a second.